Okay, so basically I went over the plot of Infinity War in the first review, because this is going to be part 2 of the Infinity War review. Today, we'll be going over how great is Infinity War, and giving it an honest score. Infinity War is a movie that came out this year, on April 27th, 2018. Infinity War is basically the final moment. Actually, the second final moment besides Infinity War Part 2. Infinity War, basically Tony Stark will travel in time, back in time according... Okay, that's a theory. That's a theory for another day. But, okay, this review will contain still spoilers like the first review. But if you haven't seen Part 1, then why are you still here? Infinity War was a great movie. Infinity War is basically the final battle between Thanos and the Avengers. The separated Avengers from the Civil War, that is. Basically, let's go over the cons first. There are a few cons. Number 1, no Hulk. Why isn't the Hulk in Infinity War at all? Hulk has only appeared for 2 minutes in Infinity War, which is pretty sad for Hulk fans, including me. Hulk was one of the best and most wild characters in the Avengers, and Age of Ultron, and in Thor Ragnarok. Hulk made Thor Ragnarok, it could have been a generic Thor movie, into a way better movie. But no Hulk? No Hulk. Are you serious? There's no Hulk? Okay, the Hulk should have been in this movie more. Another con, killing off Gamora. A lot of people like Gamora, but killing off Gamora was a sad part. That's why it's considered a con. Now let's go over all the pros. Thanos. Thanos is what the movie is centered around. He is the center of the plot, not the Avengers actually. Okay, I have another con. The last con is Star Wars basically ruining the chance to beat Thanos. Star Wars, why? Why did you make so we lose in the Infinity War? We could have won, but you said, why did we kill Gamora? You're gonna die. We could have easily you guys could have easily beat Thanos. The glove was almost off. Now let's go to the pros. Thanos as a villain. Thanos is easily the greatest villain in the MCU, even more than Loki. Thanos is basically this mad guy. But he is this bad guy, but he actually has some relatable things. Thanos' home planet was destroyed because of overpopulation, and he wants to halve the world's population, so you can actually... he's one of those unique villains. Well, you can kind of empathize with him, especially within overpopulated places like Bangladesh or overpopulated city. Not all the resources and food go towards one person. Thanos is basically the main bad guy. Other pros. The twist. Infinity War had a major twist at the end of the movie. The end of the movie was the villain wins for once. Most movies, the heroes always win. The heroes always manage to come out on top. But the villains, they never win. Of course, all of Thanos' goons were defeated, but Thanos himself actually won. He got all the Infinity Stones, and he killed half of all life. He nearly died by Thor, though. Number 3, Thor being basically coming back. Thor's epic entrance in this movie is enough to make everybody go wow. Number 4, action. There is a lot of action in this film, more so than most other Marvel films. But most Marvel films have one major action scene. This film has a ton of major action scenes like Civil War, and at least it isn't too heavily reliant on action, at least the action isn't boring like in Batman vs. Superman. Well, Batman vs. Superman, that action was boring. The reason why I'm comparing this film to Batman v Superman is because it's the only other film I reviewed so far. So, Infinity War gets another point. Overall, Infinity War is a very great movie. Also, let's go over the story. The storyline is actually pretty good because it's a combination of all of the Marvel movies. Every single one that has ever released since then, before then, comes into all Infinity War. So, Infinity War gets another point. Infinity War is simply one of the greatest films ever made. It is one of my favorite films, despite only releasing this year. I hope to see the second part of Infinity War that comes out next year, called The Avengers 4. And I hope that film is just as great as Infinity War, The Avengers, and... No, Age of Ultron was disappointing. So overall, Infinity War's score is a 9.9, is a 10 out of 10.